So I've got a treat for you all today. I've got one of my besties from MasterChef. Put it with me. Hi, darling. How are you?
Hi, good. Thanks for having me.
Oh, no problems. What have you got for us?
Today I'm going to be making a Middle Eastern inspired cheesecake. It's a black sesame halva cheesecake.
Yum. All right, so what's first?
First, we're going to start with the base. It's just really sweet, chocolate sweet biscuit straight into the food processor. And now we'll just go in with the butter and we'll give that a little bit of process till it sort of comes together. I mean, it's not really a dough, but like it's come together quite nicely. You can press it now.
So it's like a wet sand.
Wet sand,
and you can feel that the fats that are in there is enough to kind of solidify the crumb later once you put it in the fridge.
Exactly. So you got to definitely got to put this. This is a no-bake cheesecake, and it's a recipe that I've come up with that, you know, I'm all about easy.
Yeah.
Everyone knew me as easy, you know, and it's got to be, the processes have to be easy, the ingredients have to be easy. So all you want to do is at the base of the tin, just a spring form tin, line it with baking paper and just press that in.
So what you're doing is you're trying to get it pretty compact here, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm trying to compact it. Now, some people like cheesecake bases to come up the sides, and if you like, you can actually have that for this recipe. You just have to add more biscuits and more butter, and then just bring it up the sides and press it around.
Yeah, gorgeous.
I like to see the layers.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm just compacting that down into the tin. That can go in the fridge now for about 15 minutes. So now we want to do the cream cheese filling, and we're going to start with softened cream cheese, and then we're going in with some caster sugar.
Perfect.
I wanted to add a little bit of the black sesame tahini paste because that will give it a beautiful nuttiness flavour, a nutty flavour, and also colour.
So this is where your influence comes from, because I don't think I've ever seen a black tahini in a cheesecake before.
We always use normal tahini, and I thought, well, why not try it with black sesame?
It does lend itself, I think, to desserts a lot better than white sesame.
Yes, I think I agree with you with that. So I've just added in there the vanilla essence, and we're just going to mix that until it's nice and fluffy.
Gorgeous.
The thickening agent in the thickened cream is actually going to firm up when you put it in the fridge or freezer.
Yep.
And what you just want to do is keep whipping that until it comes together nicely. And that's what you're looking for.
And you can really smell the tahini, which I love. It's quite beautiful as well.
What we want to do is just scrape down all the sides and get that filling right in there.
Oh, look at how beautiful that is.
Yep.
It's so smooth.
It's smooth, and the colour is going to look great with that base as well. And the flavour is going to work really well because I think tahini with chocolate is delicious. You just want to smooth out the filling.
Yeah.
Sort of get it, if you can, as even as you can.
I just can't believe how light, fluffy, and also thick this is. Like, it's looking really beautiful.
While Khan has a moment with the spatula, I'm going to take this and put it in the freezer. You can put it in the fridge overnight, or if you're in a hurry, whack it in the freezer for less time, maybe about 30 minutes to an hour, and you should be good to go to get the next layer on.
Yum. So cheesecake is in the freezer.
Yes.
I finished with the spatula.
You're done?
What's next?
Don't worry, we're not using the same spatula. This time we're using our hands. Next, we're just gonna make the final layer for that cheesecake, and that's the black sesame halva. Basically, it's only icing sugar, milk powder, and black sesame tahini. And all we're going to do is mix it in. And all it is, I mean, look, you can start off with a spatula.
Yeah.
What you're looking for is the texture. I guess I liken it to, again, like that kinetic sand or like a really nice pie crust. Now it's at a point where we need to start kneading it.
All right, am I doing this?
You're doing this.
Okay,
You can
so
do
ring's
this.
gonna come off.
Ring comes off. There we go.
Get in there.
And just press it with your, that's it.
You're trying to crush all of those, the sugar and also the milk solids.
If it does feel like it's a bit too dry, and it's too crumbly, you can add a little bit more tahini into it. If it's too wet, just add a bit more of the milk powder and a little bit more of the icing sugar, because you don't want to have that imbalance of sweetness.
And the dry and wet thing is because obviously the icing sugar, different icing sugars have a different kind of dryness to it, and the same with different tahinis will have a different amount of oil content.
Exactly, exactly. So you're always having to, you know, it's that saying of, you know, by touch, feeling and seeing. So you.
Ours seems a little bit dry.
Seems a bit dry,
yeah.
So we're just going to add a bit more tahini to it.
Yep.
And we're just going to do that a little bit at a time, because we may not need the whole amount.
Sure.
So just in with that, give it a bit of a mix and go in, and then just keep kneading, and we'll leave this here on the side. I'm just going to put a little bit more, because that's coming together nicely like a dough. So you do want it to come together like a ball of dough, so that it's easy then to knead it out into the round that you want it.
Okay, I haven't done that great of a job, because there's little specks of icing sugar still in there.
What we've used today is pure icing sugar, but if you don't want to have to sift icing sugar, go for the icing sugar mixture, because that's already been sifted for you, and that eliminates that process.
Perfect. All right, so what happens now?
Now, we've got to get that. I'll give you a moment. All right, it's cute now. So he might have a moment with the with my black sesame halva. So we need to put it now in between two sheets of baking paper, and we want to roll it out and get it to the size of our tin. So what I've done, finished rolling out the black sesame halva, and I just did a little bit of an imprint of the tin and trimmed the sides so that it looks a little bit nice and neat when we put it in. And then that goes back into the fridge or freezer, depending on what you're using, to set. So if it's fridge, you want a good 6 hours, or overnight is even better. If it's freezer, you can put it in for a couple of hours so that it can set.
So that's come out of the freezer. It's looking beautiful.
Now the fun part, which is decorating. Nice ground pistachios for that colour. Be rustic with it. Look, it just adds to...
It's beautiful.
The design.
How beautiful is that?
So exciting. And what I just do is make a coulis, a little bit of a, you know, jam or anything, and just drizzle that on the plate.
Can I also do a little bit of this?
Yeah, please do. More rose petals. Never hurt anyone. And there you have it. That's my black sesame halva cheesecake.